The neck does not usually age an outfit because of wrinkles. It ages an outfit when the clothes, jewelry, hair, makeup, and posture all start pointing at the neck as if it is the problem. A woman can have blouse and a polished handbag and still look 10 times heavier, shorter, or more tired than she really is because one small detail is cutting her right across the throat. A tight collar, a harsh necklace, a heavy scarf, foundation that ends at the jaw, a stretched out neckline, a dark turtleneck that was supposed to be slimming, but instead makes the whole face look closed in. And the most frustrating part is this. Most women are not doing these things because they don't care. They are doing them because they are trying to solve the neck. They are trying to cover it, hide it, distract from it, smooth it, lift it, make it less visible. But very often, the things we use to hide the neck are the exact things that make the eye land there first. So today we are not going to shame the neck. We are not going to pretend aging is a mistake. And we are definitely not going to say that every woman needs to expose skin she does not want to expose. The goal is much more practical than that. We are going to talk about 7 neck mistakes that quietly add heaviness, harshness, or visual fatigue to your look, and what to do instead so your face looks more open. Your posture looks taller, your outfit looks more intentional, and your natural beauty feels easier to see. Think about a woman named Margaret. She is 68, retired from a school office, still active, still loves lunch with friends church on Sundays, and the occasional wedding where she wants to feel polished but not overdone. She looks in the mirror before leaving the house. Her makeup is soft. Her hair is freshly done. She has on a navy blouse, black pants, low heels, and pearls. Nothing is technically wrong. But something feels older than she feels inside. Her blouse has a high rounded neckline that sits almost at the base of her throat. Her pearl necklace is short and tight, resting exactly where her neck has horizontal lines. Her hair curves under right at her jaw, creating a little visual frame around the lower face. Her foundation stops at the jawline, so the neck looks a slightly different color. And because the collar feels a bit close, she has pulled her shoulders forward without even realizing it. She does not need a new face. She does not need to dress younger. She does not need a closet full of designer pieces. She needs the eye to travel differently. Now imagine the same woman in a blouse with a soft open neckline, not low, just open enough to show a little space below the collarbone. Her pearls are replaced by a longer pendant that drops the eye vertically. Her hair has a little lift near the crown and soft movement away from the jaw. The foundation is blended lightly down, not caked, just connected. The blouse collar lies cleanly. Her shoulders relax. That is not trying too hard. That is styling. And this is the contrarian idea I want you to keep in mind for the whole video. The most flattering way to handle an aging neck is not always to cover it. Often it is to frame it better. Mistake number 1 is skincare and sun care at the jawline. This one is not about vanity. It is about consistency. A lot of women have spent years taking care of the face, especially the cheeks, eyes, and forehead. But the neck and chest were treated like separate territory. Moisturizer went up to the chin. Foundation stopped at the jaw. Sunscreen went on the face when someone remembered, but the neck was left uncovered in the car, in the garden, on walks, at grandchildren's soccer games, and on errands. Then one day, the mirror seems unfair. The face looks cared for, but the neck more textured or more uneven. And the immediate reaction is often, I must hide my neck. But before you change every neckline in your wardrobe, it is worth asking whether your neck has simply been left out of the routine. The better habit is simple. Treat the face, neck, and upper chest as one visual area. Not with harsh scrubbing, not with a dozen expensive creams, not with miracle promises. Just with gentle care, moisture, and sun protection where the skin is exposed. When you apply moisturizer, bring it down the neck with a light hand. When you apply sunscreen, include the sides of the neck, the front of the neck, and the upper chest if your top exposes that area. If you wear necks, scoop necks, open collars, dresses, swimsuits, or lower summer tops, that skin needs the same daily thought your face gets. If your skin is sensitive, or if you have irritation, itching, sudden changes, new spots, or anything that concerns you, that is a good reason to speak with a qualified dermatologist instead of guessing. The style part matters too. When the face is glowing but the neck is dry and bare, the contrast can make the neck stand out. When the neck is gently moisturized and the color transition is softened, you do not need as much coverage from clothing. You have more neckline options. You can wear that open collar white shirt, that soft cashmere v-neck, that elegant wrap dress, or that simple linen blouse without feeling as if you must pile something around your throat. A small change with a big difference is this. The next time you do your morning routine, pause at the jawline. Do not stop there. That one movement changes how finished the whole upper body looks. Mistake number 2 is choosing necklines that close the face instead of opening it. This is where many mature women get trapped, especially if they feel self-conscious about the neck. The instinct is understandable. If the neck bothers you, you reach for a high crew neck, a tight turtleneck, a stiff collar, or a scarf wrapped close to the throat. You think, if I cover it, no one will notice, but the eye does not work that way. A tight, high neckline often creates a hard horizontal stop right under the chin. Instead of making the neck disappear, it can make the lower face look heavier. It can shorten the visible distance between chin and chest. It can make the bust look higher and fuller than it is. On a petite woman, it can visually compress the whole upper body. On a woman with a fuller bust or softer middle, it can create a block of fabric from shoulder to waist with no breathing room. On a woman with a shorter neck, it can make the face look crowded. This does not mean every mature woman must wear deep v-necks. Absolutely not. The goal is not exposure. The goal is air. A soft v-neck, a gentle scoop, an open shirt collar, a not a wide boat neck, a softly draped wrap, or a cardigan worn open over a smooth tank can create space around the face. That space lets the eye move down and outward instead of stopping at the throat. It also gives jewelry room to work. It makes the jawline look less boxed in. It gives the outfit a lighter feeling. If you prefer coverage, choose a neckline that stands away from the neck rather than squeezing it. A mock neck can work if it is soft, not tight, and if the fabric is fine rather than bulky. A turtleneck can still be beautiful, especially in a lighter color, a finer knit, or under a structured jacket that creates vertical lines. But the old, thick black turtleneck worn alone can be risky. It may feel slimming, but near the face it can also look severe, especially if your coloring has softened with gray hair or lighter skin contrast. Pay attention to where the neckline sits. If it lands exactly at the fleshiest part under the chin, or right where your neck has the most texture, it draws attention there. If it opens just below the collarbone, the eye sees the face first, then the line of the outfit, then the whole woman. A common misunderstanding is that a higher neckline is always more modest and therefore more flattering. Modesty and flattery are not the same thing. You can be fully covered and still visually crowded. You can show only a small triangle of skin and look far more refined. Try this in your closet. Put on your usual high crew neck top. Look at your face, jaw, and shoulders. Then put on a top with a slightly open neckline in a similar color. Do not judge your neck. Look at your whole outline. Does your face look more lifted? Do your shoulders look less hunched? Does your necklace sit better? Does your bust look less compressed? That is the difference between hiding and framing. Mistake number 3 is wearing the wrong necklace length right on the most delicate part of the neck. Jewelry can either rescue the neck area or make it look busier. And because jewelry is emotional, this one can feel sensitive. Maybe you have pearls from your husband, a gold chain from your mother every day, or a necklace that has meaning far beyond fashion. You do not have to give up meaningful pieces, but you may need to style them in a way that works with your current face line, neckline, and proportions. The most aging necklace mistake is not simply wearing short necklaces. It is wearing a short necklace that lands exactly where the skin folds, where the neck is softest, or where the neckline already creates a horizontal line. A tight strand of pearls, a choker, or a heavy bead necklace can create a little ring around the neck. It says to the eye, stop here. If you also have a high neckline, the effect doubles. The neckline stops the eye, the necklace stops the eye again. Then the jaw and neck area look boxed in. The better alternative is to use jewelry to create direction. A medium-length pendant can draw the eye downward in a soft vertical line. A necklace that sits a little below the collarbone can open the chest without feeling revealing. A long chain over a simple blouse can break up a solid block of fabric. If you have a fuller bust, be careful with very long pendants that bounce or land at the widest part of the bust. But a pendant that ends around the upper chest can be lovely. If you are petite, choose a more delicate vertical pendant rather than a very long heavy one that overwhelms your frame. Scale matters. Very tiny jewelry can disappear against stronger features, glasses, or textured gray hair. but very chunky jewelry around the throat can look heavy. The sweet spot is usually something intentional enough to be seen, but not so thick that it dominates the neck. Earrings also matter. If your necklace feels difficult, try earrings instead. A small drop earring, a soft hoop, or a refined stud with a little presence can bring light to the face without crowding the throat. For women with neck sensitivity, arthritis in the hands, or difficulty with clasps, earrings may be easier than fighting with necklace fasteners. The small change here is simple. Lower the focal point. If your usual necklace sits tightly at the base of the neck, try an extender. Just 1 or 2 extra inches can move the necklace from cutting the neck to framing the collarbone. That small adjustment can make the whole outfit look calmer. Mistake number 4 is letting the hairstyle create a heavy frame around the neck and jaw. The neck is not only affected by clothes. Hair changes it dramatically. A haircut that was perfect at 50, at 65 or 72, because hair density, texture, color, face shape, and posture change. Gray hair may be coarser or softer. The jawline may soften. The neck may look shorter because of posture. None of this is a failure. It simply means the old haircut may need a new strategy. One of the most common neck edging hair mistakes is a blunt bob that ends right at the jaw or the widest part of the neck. On some women, a bob is chic and timeless. On others, especially if it turns under heavily, it can form 2 little brackets around the lower face. The eye sees chin, jaw, neck, and hair all in one horizontal band. If the hair is thick at the bottom, the neck can look shorter and the face can look heavier. Another version is hair that is too flat on top and too full at the sides. This creates a triangle shape. The top looks collapsed, the lower face looks wider, and the neck looks squeezed beneath the hair. It is especially common when a woman keeps the same salon shape for years because it feels safe. The better alternative is not automatically short hair. Please do not believe that every woman over 60 needs a pixie. Some women look wonderful in short hair. Some look softer and more feminine with shoulder length movement. Some need enough length to balance a fuller face or a stronger jaw. The question is not age. The question is shape. If your neck feels heavy, ask whether your hair is ending at the wrong place. A cut that finishes slightly below the jaw or around the collarbone may be more flattering than one that stops exactly at the chin. Soft layers around the face can break up a hard line. A little lift at the crown can lengthen the face. Gentle movement away from the jaw can open the neck. If your hair is thin, too many layers can make the ends look sparse. So the answer may be subtle shaping rather than heavy layering. If your hair is thick and gray, removing bulk in the right places can make the neck look lighter without making the hair look flat. Also notice how you tuck your hair. Constantly tucking both sides behind the ears can reveal the neck in a way that feels severe if the rest of the outfit is also tight and high. Leaving a soft piece near the cheek or creating gentle side movement can be kinder. The common misunderstanding the neck with longer hair always works. Sometimes it does, but if the hair lies like a curtain with no shape, it can pull the face downward. Hair should not just cover. It should lift, soften, or direct the eye. Mistake number 5 is ignoring how collars, shoulders, and posture affect the neck. This may be the least glamorous mistake, but it is one of the most powerful. The neck rarely appears by itself. It is connected visually to the shoulders, upper back, bust, and collar. If a jacket pulls across the upper arms, the shoulders round forward. If a bra no longer supports properly, the bust line drops, the upper body looks heavier, and the neck can appear shorter. If a blouse shoulder seam hangs too low, the whole frame looks collapsed. If the collar is wrinkled, stretched, or curling, it makes the area near the face look tired. You can wear the most beautiful necklace in the world, but if the shoulder line is drooping, the neck will still look less graceful. This is why fit around the upper body matters so much for mature women. Not tight, not stiff. Fit, a good shoulder seam gives the eye a clean place to understand your frame. A jacket that lightly defines the shoulder can make the neck look longer because it creates structure below it. A cardigan that hangs limp from the shoulders can sometimes make the head and neck look unsupported. A blazer, soft denim jacket, knit jacket, or structured cardigan can bring the frame back. This is especially useful for women with a fuller waist or tummy. When the middle feels like the problem, many women choose loose tops that hang from the neck and shoulders. But too much fabric falling straight down can make the whole torso look larger. A better solution is often a top that skims the body, with a jacket or open layer that creates vertical lines. The open layer frames the neck and face while also softening the waist. Posture is part of style too, but not in a scolding way. We are not talking about marching around stiffly. We are talking about the little forward head position that happens from phones, reading, driving, sewing, cooking, and years of life. When the chin moves forward and the shoulders round, the neck naturally looks shorter. Clothes then exaggerate it. A simple dressing room test helps. Put on a blouse or jacket and stand how you normally stand. Then gently roll your shoulders back and down as if your collarbones are widening. Do not lift your chin dramatically. Just let the back of the neck lengthen. Suddenly the neckline may look better, the necklace may sit better, and the face may look more awake. If you have pain, balance problems, spinal concerns, or sudden posture changes, that is not a styling issue. It is worth discussing with a qualified professional. But for everyday dressing, choosing clothes that support better posture can make a visible difference. Mistake number 6 is creating a makeup line that separates the face from the neck. This one can be uncomfortable because it often happens in bright daylight, not in the bathroom mirror. Indoors, everything may look fine. Then you get into the car, glance in the mirror, and neck is another. As skin tone changes with age, sun exposure, redness, dryness, dark spots, and texture can vary between the face, neck, and chest. Foundation that once matched perfectly may now look too warm, too matte, too pink, too yellow, or too heavy. If the makeup stops sharply at the jawline, the neck becomes a comparison point. The eye notices the difference immediately. The mistake is not wearing makeup. Makeup can be beautiful on mature skin. The mistake is using makeup like a mask instead of a soft connection. The better approach is to use less product, blend more thoughtfully, and make the face and neck belong to the same woman. You do not need to cover your entire neck with foundation every day. In fact, heavy makeup on the neck can transfer to collars and settle into lines. But you can lightly blend the edge of foundation under the jaw. You can choose a base that matches your current skin, not the skin tone you had 15 years ago. You can use a touch of bronzer or soft warmth carefully, making sure it does not create an orange face and pale neck. You can bring a little blush warmth high on the cheeks so the face looks alive without needing heavy coverage. Be careful with shimmer around the neck and chest. A little glow can be lovely, especially for evening, but obvious sparkle can highlight texture. Matte powder can also be tricky because it may make the neck look drier. The most flattering finish is often somewhere in between. Hydrated, soft, not greasy, not chalky. If you use it, blend carefully around the jaw, ears, neck, and chest. A tanned face with a pale neck is just as noticeable as a pale face with a dark neck. Harmony matters more than darkness. Is to check your makeup in the car before an important event. Not to criticize yourself, but to see color honestly. If the face and neck look disconnected, adjust the shade, lighten the application, or blend the edge. Mistake number 7 is using scarves, collars, and accessories as camouflage instead of intention. Scarves can be gorgeous. Collars can be chic. A beautiful neckline detail can make a simple outfit look complete. But when anything around the neck is used in panic, it often looks accidental. A scarf wrapped tightly around the throat can add bulk exactly where you wanted softness. A heavy winter scarf left on indoors can make the head look smaller and the neck disappear. A silky scarf tied too high can look dated if the rest of the outfit is not modern. A blouse with ruffles at the neck can overwhelm a shorter neck or a fuller bust. A limp t-shirt collar can make even a good outfit look tired. A necklace, scarf, and large earrings all fighting in the same small space can create visual clutter. The better alternative is to make one clear choice near the face. If you wear a scarf, let it create a vertical or diagonal line. Instead of tying it tightly at the neck, drape it under a jacket. Let the ends hang down over a simple top. Tie it lower, near the chest, if that suits your proportions. Choose a softer fabric that moves rather than a stiff knot that sits under the chin. If you love the classic silk scarf look, modernize it by pairing it with a clean shirt, simple earrings, and current glasses or shoes so it feels intentional rather than costume-like. If you wear a collared shirt, check the collar condition. A crisp white shirt can be magnificent on a mature woman, but a yellowed collar, curled edges, or a too tight button at the throat can age the whole look. Try wearing the top button open. Turn the collar up slightly at the back if it suits your style, then let the front open softly. That little lift behind the neck can frame the face beautifully. especially with short hair or silver hair. If you love t-shirts, pay attention to the neckline. A stretched out neckband makes the outfit look tired. A neckline that is too high can feel boxy. A refined scoop, a gentle V, or a structured knit tee with a clean edge often looks much more polished than a thin tee that collapses around the collarbone. And do not forget glasses. Glasses sit close to the face because they change the visual weight of the upper body. Heavy dark frames, a heavy necklace, and a high dark neckline can create too much concentration around the head and throat. If your glasses are bold, you may need simpler jewelry and a cleaner neckline. If your glasses are delicate, you may be able to wear a stronger earring or pendant. Now let's correct a few misunderstandings, because neck styling is full of advice that sounds confident but does not work for every woman. Is never show your neck after a certain age. That is not only unkind, it is visually inaccurate. Some women look fresher with a little open space at the neckline. A covered neck can be beautiful, but it should be a choice, not a rule, based on fear. The second misunderstanding is a turtleneck always hides the neck. A turtleneck can be elegant, especially in a fine knit under a jacket, but a tight, bulky, dark turtleneck can make the jaw and lower face look heavier. If you love turtlenecks, try softer colors, finer fabrics, and an open layer over them. The third misunderstanding is short hair is always better for an aging neck. Not necessarily. The right shortcut can lift the face. The wrong shortcut can expose everything you wanted to soften. The right longer cut can be graceful. The wrong longer cut can drag the face downward. Shape matters more than length. The fourth misunderstanding is big jewelry distracts from the neck. Sometimes big jewelry becomes the neck problem. If it sits at the wrong point, it does not distract. It underlines the fifth misunderstanding is expensive clothes automatically solve it. They do not. A designer blouse with the wrong neckline can still shorten your neck. A budget blouse with the right open collar and clean fabric can look far more refined. The sixth has to look perfect before you can wear beautiful clothes. No, beautiful style is not a reward for perfect skin. It is a way of presenting yourself with care. So before you buy anything new, use this practical neck checklist in your own closet. First, look at your neckline. Does it squeeze the throat, or does it give your face a little breathing room? If it feels too high, try a soft V, a scoop, an open collar, or a cardigan worn open. Second, check where your necklace lands. If it sits directly on the area you feel most self-conscious about, add an extender or move the interest to earrings. Third, look at your hair from the side. Does the cut stop at the heaviest part of your jaw or neck? Does the top have any lift? Does the shape open your face, or does it close in around the lower half? Fourth, examine your shoulder line. Are your seams drooping? Is your cardigan limp? Does your jacket give you structure? A stronger shoulder line can make the neck look longer without changing the neck at all. Fifth, check your makeup in daylight. Does the face match the neck well enough to look natural? Is there a hard line at the jaw? Blend softly and choose shades for the skin you have now. Sixth, look at scarf placement. Is the scarf adding softness and direction, or is it creating a bulky knot under the chin? Let scarves fall vertically, diagonally, or lower on the chest when that is more flattering. Seventh, notice the condition of anything close to your face. Collars, neckbands, chains, clasps, glasses, earrings, buttons. The closer something is to your face, the more polished it needs to look. The easiest outfit transformation may be the one Margaret made before lunch with her friends. She did not change everything. She kept her navy pants. She kept her comfortable shoes. She kept her soft makeup, but she swapped the tight crew neck blouse for an open collar blouse in a softer blue. She added a medium-length pendant instead of the short pearls. She lifted her hair slightly away from the jaw. She blended her foundation just below the chin. Then she stood a little taller. No one said, "Your neck looks younger." That would have been strange. They said, "You look lovely today." That is the real goal, not to erase age, not to chase a face from decades ago, not to hide every line. The goal is to remove the styling choices that add unnecessary heaviness so the woman is visible again. Your neck can have lines and still look graceful. Your skin can be softer and still look cared for. Your hair can be gray and still look modern. Your clothes can be comfortable and still look polished. The difference is in the framing. So the next time you stand in front of the mirror and feel tempted to wrap, cover, tighten, button, or hide, pause for just a moment. Ask a better question. Not, how do I hide my neck? Ask, how do I help my face, neck, shoulders, hair, and outfit work together? That question will